Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So we have Nathan back. You had that creeping crud where you weren't smoking at all for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it put me out voice-wise, and I'm still suffering a little bit of it. But, man, I was uncommunicative for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, I'm glad you're here because I was tired of doing it by myself.
Plus, I had vacation.
So, guys, today we are doing a Tobacco Tasters episode, and we are reviewing the new, well, it's kind of new. It's been out for a couple of months. Toscano Sinfonia. This is manufactured by Cornell and Deal. It is they call it an English. It's got a lot of Kentucky in it,
Yeah, it
so
does.
I think it's more burley based, but it does have a little bit of Latakia in it, so that's probably why they call it in English. So the tobacco's used. It's got dark-fired Kentucky, both Italian and American dark-fired Kentucky. It's got Latakia, and it's got red stoved and unstoved Virginias in it. There is no flavorings added to this one. The cut on this is a flake, and the strength on this is strong. The taste on this is full. And we will talk about some other things as we go along. But this one I wanted to share, first of all, because it's in the Maestro series, and that kind of touches me a little bit since I was a band director. It really comes home for me, and I wanted to try those. So there's 3 different blends in this series. There's the Sinfonia, which is the flake. There's the Concerto. And then there's the Allegro. All of them have slightly different mixtures in them, and I've enjoyed all of them. I like this one quite a bit.
Yeah, this one's
quite
really nice.
Yeah, quite a bit. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Let's get a 10 note off this, Nathan. By the way, I've chosen to drink a beer with this blend rather than a whiskey, simply because the blend is so full and so packed with nicotine and things like that I don't want a hard liquor to go with this. I'm going to drink a beer, and I'm drinking a Bitburg Premium Pilsner on this one. This is a good beer. I like it.
So, those Virginias are coming through to me. I guess it's still that typical red Virginia thing. That's what my nose picks up first in most blends, and it comes straight through. It's tangy, ripe, dark fruit. That tart little smell, that flavor that makes me salivate, ready for a smoke. It's coming through. I like how seems a little darkened, almost dampened down a bit by that Latakia, and it could be because is it stoved? It's stoved red Virginias?
Both. Stoved and unstoved.
Okay. And that Latakia or something is mild, making it milder. And it's really giving it kind of like a campfire scent almost to me.
Well, I don't get so much of the red smells in this one. What I'm picking up on is that, I slightly can smell the Latakia. I'm a Latakia smoker.
Yeah.
So that already my nose is sensitive to that scent. But boy, do I get a lot of wonderful smells from the Kentucky. You know, kind of this earthy, musty, nutty kind of smell with a little bit of a floral note to it. It's really, really a nice scent that I'm getting from there. I don't get so much from the red Virginias that I would normally get from a red Virginia blend.
Yeah.
I think maybe that was just used as a base to kind of
build on.
Yeah, to kind of lay down the groundwork on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, you're sensitive to a lot of Kias. I'm sensitive to a lot of the red Virginias and Virginia blends and stuff like that. And that stuck out to me. I smelt it in there. Definitely has a presence. Now, when it comes to the taste, it's a little different.
Yeah. there's a woody scent
This is where I think,
in there too, but it's
Yeah.
really really nice. It's not a overpowering scent either. It's
No.
pretty tame.
It's got a calm mustiness, I think is
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Okay, well, let's talk about the taste then. What are you getting on the taste? Don't forget, guys, put your thoughts down underneath here in your comments as well, so that other people can read those as well.
This, to me, the taste, this is a full, smoky flavored blend. The way these Kentuckys come through with that earthy flavor, I think they're the star of the smoke and the flavor. The Latakia is making it creamy instead of like a harsh or very hot. And then the Virginias are keeping it going. I think it's just keeping that tanginess to keep your mouth going on the smoke. It's like a symphony. It really is just moving very, very smooth.
That's an interesting comparison that you just gave because, yeah, a symphony of flavors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison. Yes, it is a mouthful. It is a full flavored tobacco.
See, because right here I just got a little bit of floral.
Yeah.
Right after the light, but after I smoke it for a bit, it's going to go back down to that kind of smoky, campfirey kind of taste.
So, yeah, I'm getting a smokiness, a spiciness, a woodiness, mustiness. The comparison of a campfire. Boy, it's got a rich flavor in this too. As far as the Virginias are concerned, maybe here and there. Yeah, a little bit of sweetness from it,
Spot
here and there.
flavors, I think.
Yeah, but predominantly I'm getting a Latakia / Kentucky dark fired flavors, and maybe this is where the classification of an English would come through, because it does taste like an English.
Yeah,
a full flavored English.
I think so too.
Yeah,
but almost to the degree to me that it's not, because sometimes some English blends just get a little too much Latakia, and I can get that bitter,
that
scorched,
that
sour
woody
feeling.
scorched.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Kentuckys something in here is mellowing out that Latakia, or that Latakia is just at the perfect amount to where you just get the Latakia flavor, and then the woodiness and that earthiness just take over.
Man, there's a savoriness with this.
This tastes like something that, like, I would enjoy it on 4th of July as much as I would Christmas morning.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hot or cold it is outside. I can think of a reason to smoke something this.
I can tell you that I sure am glad I picked a beer to go with this instead of a whiskey.
Yeah, this is a beer. This is a hangout.
Yeah.
Deer lease, non-deer lease, whatever smoke. This is a fun smoke. It's not a sit down and contemplate.
Well, and for those of you that do not like Latakias at all, you may not like this blend.
Yeah.
If
there is enough there.
Yeah. There's enough of the dark fired and the Latakia for it to really reminisce of an old English blend.
Yeah.
But boy, it's tasty. I love the fermentation from the Kentuckys in this.
Yeah.
Giving it some of that sweetness in there as well. Yeah. Very very interesting what they did with this, because Toscano is a cheroot. A cheroot, some people say, from Italy. And all of these dark fires that are Italian come from the Tuscany area.
Yeah.
And which hence the name Toscano. The movie Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood in it?
Mm-hmm.
He used to have that cheroot cigar that he chew on. That's what a Toscano is.
Oh, okay.
That's what a Toscano is. And in Italy, well, even in the United States, but in Italy, it's a very popular smoke. Lots of people smoke those Toscanos. Yeah. Yeah. And they come in different flavors as well. But this is just straight, to Kentucky. Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about the room note on this?
It's a little pungent. It's you're smoking an English blend. This is where it comes back into, like, the 10 note didn't give it much of an English note. They labeled it an English note. The flavor, it is an English blend, but it plays with you and it's kind of enjoyable. The room note is where it says, "Oh, y'all are smoking some Latakia." This is where it comes out to me.
This room note is ballsy with hair on it. That's that's what I get on this, man.
Yeah.
It is like my wife Julie will complain about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is not a room pleaser.
Yeah, it's definitely there. It's gonna hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminiscent of a cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Since it's cigar, well, I hate to say cigar leaf because it's a dark fired Kentucky, which is a very popular pipe tobacco as well. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of a cigar.
It really is.
What'd you think about the moisture level when you packed it?
I think. I don't think it needs much. I think it's ready. Pretty much ready to go. With the way they did this flake. Because when you first rubbed it, I mean, the whole thing fell apart.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 seconds worth, and it was ready to go.
This one is slightly moist. But I think for flavor-wise, it needs a little moisture.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it with it dried out for about 30 minutes, and it was a much stronger, sharper flavor than it is when you leave it a little bit moist.
Alone.
So I would not dry it at all.
Okay.
Just smoke it like that. Yeah. What do you think about nicotine?
Yeah, it's there. This is a strong nicotine.
Don't smoke this on an empty stomach.
Yeah. This is a strong nicotine.
This is a steak and potato smoke.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very good point.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, this was manufactured by Cornell and Deal. There's really no bite, no burn. It smokes pretty cool. It burns pretty well. I'm getting some nice light gray ash in mine. The flavor has been consistent from top to bottom.
Yep.
It's got an aftertaste, and for me, it's a pleasant aftertaste. That's where I taste the sweetness from the reds, is in the aftertaste.
Yeah.
So that's where I get the Virginias more than anything. Leaves a little bit of dampness in the bowl, and it does require a few more relights than normal.
Yeah.
To me, this is not an all-day smoke. And I have found, I'm smoking this in my Savinelli 320 Author, big old bowl, lots of wood around it, you know. I found that it smokes best in a medium to a large bowl.
Big.
Yeah. I've tried it in a lot of different things, and this is where I get the most satisfaction from the smoke.
I might need to try that then.
Yeah. It's still available, and it comes in 2-ounce tins. One tin is $13.60. Comes to about $6.80 per tin, per ounce. So that's a pretty decent price.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be an all-time run for them, or if it's going to be just seasonal.
Well,
I don't know. But as we speak,
it's available.
It's still available. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So what do you think? What's your final thoughts, and what would you give it?
I think I'm going to have to stick with my original thought, which was 3.75. You know, 3 3/4. I can't give it a full 4, but I don't want to rest on a 3.5.
Why?
Because it's done wonders for my palate. Like it's really a fun smoke while I'm smoking it, but when I put it down, I can go. But it's mostly because it's in English, more than it is.
Okay, so it's the Latakia that's kind of.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the type of blend it is, not how well it is blended.
When I set my pipe down and I start thinking about what was hitting my taste buds and what I'm getting right now, I definitely compare it to a cigar.
Yeah.
I'm getting that cigar aftertaste.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting in a pipe tobacco. Of course, it's expected, really, because it's, like I said, it's a Toscano
Yeah.
leaf. So I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's a really good smoke. All the qualities about the burn and the density of the smoke and the full flavors that I get, I enjoy. I enjoy those. So I'm going to give it a nice 4.
Well, we can just round it up to a 4 because I'm right there with it. And since you're giving it, we'll just give it a straight 4.
So let us know what you think about this one, guys. This is Toscano Maestro Series Sinfonia. I think in Italian it's Sinfonia. And actually, look at the date that this was tinned. Before they let it out, they let it sit for a while. This was tinned October 31st, 23. So they let it sit.
Yeah, they let it sit for a bit.
Yeah, so it's really a nice smoke. I like it better than the others that I've tried also. I like the flake the best. So anyway, that's just our thoughts.
Yep.
Guys, we are both going to be at Chicago. So please make sure that if you see us, come introduce yourself. Let us sit down and have a little chat and a smoke together.
Yeah.
That'd be a great opportunity for us to meet some of you guys and a way for us to thank you for watching our show.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, next week we are going to get back on the McClelland Grand Oriental series.
Yep.
And we're going to do one of those for next week. But until then, don't forget,
make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next time. Have a great week.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.